members of this court. My name is Loretta Pichilo. I'm Fabio's eldest sister. I stand before you as a sister whose life was shattered by unimaginable betrayal. I am filled with pain, bitterness, and heartbreak. On January 23rd, 2017, my brother Fabio was ambushed in his own backyard, stabbed multiple times. One of those wounds pierced straight through his heart. They silenced him, held his eyes closed, covers his mouth, and he never stood a chance. And the person responsible wasn't a stranger. It was the woman we had welcomed into our family for over 20 years, his wife, Monica. I am ashamed to admit that Monica was my sister-in-law for 2 decades. We treated her like family, and she betrayed all of us. That day, she told Fabio she was going out to get dinner and left the front door unlocked so that her lover and accomplice could enter the home. Monica walked out knowing full well that within minutes, her husband, Fabio, will be viciously attacked and held down. Only a demon could orchestrate the murder of a loving husband, then savagely time it so her own daughter would come home to find her father's lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. Family meant everything to Fabio. I try to pick up the pieces of my broken heart. I still can't make sense of it. How does a woman who had everything desire a dirty life of multiple partners, sex-crazed men act like a slut, wearing sleazy outfits? You had it all, Monica, and you threw it away. You burnt it to the ground. For what? Lust? Greed? Attention? There's a darkness living inside of you that no mortal can understand your evil treason. You're rotten through and through. No amount of pretending, lying, or manipulating will ever hide the truth. We all saw and heard. She is demonic for the merciless crime on my vulnerable, defenseless man. Fabio's strength was his presence, steady, warm, unforgettable. He had a bold, radiant force that drew people in and made you truly feel seen. His laughter was the soundtrack of every room he entered, deep, joyful, full of life. You always wanted to be near Fabio, because wherever Fabio was, that's where the party was. I miss him more than I can ever express. I want to thank him for being the greatest brother, the heart, the soul of this family. We will never stop speaking his name. I love my brother Fabio. We share childhood memories and laughter that only siblings who truly adored each other know. I could call him at any time. He'd answer. How are you, my beautiful sister? He would make me laugh. It's all the little things he did that left a mark on my heart for him. And he should still be with us today. My heart is permanently broken. He mentored people across the world. He gave without ever expecting anything in return. I am forever proud of my brother, especially when people from all over the globe share on how Fabio changed their lives, how his kindness, wisdom, and generosity left a lasting mark. As Fabio grew older, he held a broken family together with strength, laughter, and love, never once complaining. My brother was so excited to turn 50 in 2017, and it is agonizing to reminisce of the 50th birthday celebration that never happened. All he wanted was to go to Pebble Beach. How can I ever forget this deceit? How will I ever heal? When will there ever be rest for my heart? I turn to you, Judge Cohen, to facilitate a sentence fit for the monster who took away his right to live. The same woman who sat at our dinner tables, laughed with us at our birthdays and holidays, was the calculating architect of my brother's murder. My heart sank when I came day after day to this courtroom, week after week, afraid to learn that there was an earlier attempt to take Fabio's life on January 22, learning that she was planning on taking his life in a plaza while ordering food for his girls is a visual I can never forget. Monica never displayed an ounce of sorrow or a tear, regret, or responsibility. She sat there with a stupid look on her face and a pout with sheer malice, lips pressed together in a frown, but her eyes gave it all away. I saw arrogance. The prosecution delivered a mountain of evidence, unraveling the truth for the world to see and hear. I was traumatized all over again, day after day, week after week, the chilling truth of the secret life Monica had been living. And hearing Baker and Austin explain the most unbearable details, hearing how they crept up on my brother while he was sitting peacefully in his favorite chair, a place that was supposed to be his sanctuary, turned into the site of his execution. Monica, for this, I pray you will burn in hell. Your pathetic soul can rot from the inside out for all I care. I will recover, knowing that you are in a hellish prison, serving a life sentence, which is still not enough for what you did to Fabio. You manipulated your daughters, your stepson, our family, Fabio's co-workers, and friends, using everyone for blood money so that you can fund that animal of your boyfriend, Baker. In these 8 long years, I never imagined the cruelty I learned of her doing in this courtroom. I am embarrassed of the woman I called my sister-in-law. I never saw the side of her that was sex-crazed and demonic, seeking out swingers and seeking out sex on apps. I will never forget the moment I lost Fabio. Monica called and said, "They killed Fabio." My mother screamed that echoed through the neighborhood. My husband and son sobbed uncontrollably, frozen by the unbearable pain. My husband held me tightly, urging me to breathe before I blacked out again. Only meds would ease the pain and the emptiness. My daughter-in-law left her own birthday party to come be with us. We couldn't even begin to pull ourselves together for a long time. Monica said in front of all of us to carry no negativity in this house. Fabio would say, "Charge that mountain," and repeated it to us. What a gutless bitch, inviting the scumbag Baker to the wake after the funeral. What kind of woman walks through the blood-stained shadows of her husband's death together with his killer and thought that was okay? Every single conversation I had with her was about life insurance money, like that was her greatest tragedy, not the murder of her husband. Just the money. Furious she couldn't get her hands on it, exploiting the people who love Fabio to gain favors and deals, trips, vacation, luxury hotels, and a new luxury car, all to fund her new life. I remember the funeral service in LA, the first time we saw Fabio since he was murdered, bracing myself for the most heartbreaking moment of my life. I witnessed Monica approach the coffin. She glanced at him, then turned and walked away. No tears, no emotion, no attempt to say goodbye. I was stunned. Deep down, something felt off. She wasn't shattered by the violent loss like I was. I didn't know what to make of it. In Canada, Monica walked beside my mother, sat beside her in church. There is a hole in my heart that is so profoundly painful that the devil woman touched my mother in her most fragile time. My mother never saw justice served and died of a broken heart. In court, we learned of the horrifying truth of how she shared her nude photos with her lover. What a sick, demented woman she is. While my brother was being cremated, she was sexting with her lover. This same shameless wench never grieved. She taught the girls to run around and do whatever felt good, just so she could do the same. It was hard to see the heartless testimonies and the lies of Monica's friends and family. I remember feeling horrible and disrespected by Monica at the cemetery when she turned to me holding the urn and so abruptly, so aggressively threw the urn over to me, and I nearly dropped it. I was stunned and I failed to call her out. I felt horrible and disrespected. Monica told us she was broke, unable to pay for her husband's burial. Meanwhile, this tramp was taking trips, flights, and staying in luxury hotels, paying for luxury cars and dinner dates like a cash cow. It makes me physically ill. So many of Monica's lies, her double life, her manipulation, her betrayal, were exposed in court and displayed for the world to see. Even in death, Monica denied Fabio dignity. As a mother, I suffer to understand what is Monica teaching her daughters. That a good man who adored her could be disposable like trash to carry on with a lover. She is guilty of passing down a legacy of cruelty, deceit, and moral emptiness. And while we showed up every day in court to fight for Fabio, her sister Anna Larson and Monica's family never showed any pain, tears, or grief when they saw the murder scene. I wanted to stand up and scream, "Your daughter did this. She viciously murdered him, leaving him to die alone. None of them showed a sign of pain. What a disgusting bunch of animals. It makes my blood boil. They turned their backs on him, just like Monica did." Monica's sister, Anna, took the witness stand and said something I will never forget. She said, "You can have a great marriage and love someone and still cheat on them. It happens all the time." How sickening. That isn't marriage, that's betrayal. You can go ahead and call yourself Mrs. Baker now because you lost the right to the Sementilli name. The world sees you now for what you are, a whore and a murderer. You shattered your daughter's futures, stole their innocence, and destroyed the safety of their world. Let this stand like a punch to your face, to your body, to your rotten soul. I have nightmares where I hear my brother calling for help, confused, scared, and in pain. We struggle every day to pick up pieces and find a way forward, but some scars never fade. This betrayal will forever be part of our family story. This was a deliberate, premeditated execution of the man who loved her, and she never once took responsibility. Monica's betrayal stole more than a life. It stole our peace and the future we once believed in. Fabio would have wanted me to live life to the fullest and heal. Thank you, Your Honor, for your patience and fairness through this long and painful trial. Beth Silverman, words will never be enough. You gave us strength. You never stopped fighting for Fabio, even when we felt broken and lost. You didn't just fight with skill, you fought with your heart. You gave us hope when we had none. Heather Siegel, thank you for your support, your belief in this case, and the time you gave to help pursue justice for Fabio, and we won't forget you for this. To the LAPD detectives, officers, court staff, including Team Fabio, the jury, and every person behind the scenes. Thank you for your service. Mom, we did this with you too. I know you're with Fabio. Your voice echoes through mine, and today we stand in your honor. To the people around the world who love Fabio and stood by our side through this nightmare, thank you. Your Honor, I respectfully submit this statement as a victim. I have endured unimaginable pain at the hands of Monica, the woman who orchestrated the brutal murder of my beloved brother, and then watched us suffer without blinking. She is manipulative, calculating, remorseless, and dangerous. She plotted this crime for months. She watched it unfold, and after it happened, she lied and continued her betrayal without shame. She is deserving of the maximum sentence possible today. Thank you, Your Honor.